Oh, God.
Hey everyone, welcome to 70s Vault. This is Jeff. So growing up in the 70s, man, I mean, horror movies weren't just entertainment. They were a rite of passage. And today's parents might be, carefully screening what their kids watch. Back then, man, I mean, you just pile into the station wagon, head out to the drive-in, and whatever was playing, well, that's what you got. And sometimes that meant seeing things that stuck with you for the rest of your life. And today, we're counting down the 13 movies from the 70s that just absolutely terrified me as a kid. I mean, trust me, some of these give me the creeps today. Hey, do me a favor. Drop me a comment below about which one of these movies haunted your dreams, or if I missed any that kept you up at night. And just hit the like button. If you subscribe, it'd be great, but hit the like button. That's how people get this video. They know it's good to watch, and it gets the channel to grow. All right, let's dive in.
Hello?
Why haven't you checked the children?
All right, the thing about When the Stranger Calls that got me, it wasn't the violence. It was the damn phone. I mean, that constant, terrible ringing.
Hello?
I mean, the babysitter being tormented by those calls, just to find out they're coming from inside the house. I mean, that messed with my head every time I had to watch my little sister. Carol Kane's performance as the terrorized babysitter, I mean, it felt so real. It made every creaky floorboard in our house sound like an intruder. I mean, simple concept, but man, did it ever work.
Lord, where are you?
Now, Trilogy of Terror, it might sound tame compared to some of the others on this list, but if you've seen it, you know exactly what I'm about to talk about. I mean, that Zuni fetish doll, I mean, the little nightmare fuel that with that razor-sharp teeth chasing Karen Black around our apartment. I mean, I remember watching this on TV and just like literally pulling my feet up onto the couch. To this day, I still check under my bed sometimes, just in case.
Let me give you a little bit of free advice. If you make one peep.
Wes Craven's Last House on the Left, it was different. I mean, this wasn't a supernatural horror. This was human horror, and it was raw, and it was unflinching. The revenge plot, it hit differently because it just felt possible. I mean, the parents' revenge might have been satisfying, but the film left you feeling hollow. Like sometimes the scariest monsters, they aren't monsters at all. They're just the people that you might know.
9 p.m. all right.
Stephen, we can't. We've got to
We've
stay.
got tonight, friend. We've got to survive. Somebody's got to survive. Now you be upstairs at 9 o'clock and don't make me come looking.
Romero's Dawn of the Dead wasn't just another, zombie movie. This was a mirror held up to society. I mean, it was set in a shopping mall of all places. But philosophical undertones aside, these blue-faced zombies shambling through the mall absolutely haunted me. Every shopping trip with my mom afterwards had me, planning escape routes and where could I survive in what store. The fact that they used such vibrant colors instead of going black and white like Night of the Living Dead, it made it feel more immediate, more real.
Damien, I love you! Look at me, Damien. It's all for you.
The Omen, really hit you because it played with something sacred. Childhood innocence. Damien looked like most any other kid, which by itself made him terrifying. But that birthday party scene with the nanny, It's all for you, Damien. Yeah, I didn't sleep well after that one. Plus, anything involving evil kids just hits harder, when you're a kid yourself.
Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. The Bible.
The Amityville horror shook us because it claimed to be real. Not some writer's imagination, but actual events. God, those iconic windows glowing like demon eyes, and the black bleeding ooze from the walls, and the flies, and that bone-chilling voice just saying, "Get out." Watching James Brolin's slow descent into madness, it felt like uncomfortably just possible. Every house has its quirks, right? But after Amityville, tell me that you don't hear settling noises become something more sinister when you're at home alone. That, based on a true story tag, it just made you wonder. Could this happen to your family or your house too?
Hit it to Carrie! She'll blow it! Don't blow it! Carrie, hit it!
Carrie was terrifying because it dealt with something, we all knew. High school cruelty. We all knew a Carrie White. Maybe you were Carrie White, I don't know. But when she finally snapped at the prom, the slow build to the chaos, the pig's blood, then the gym burning down, it was catastrophic. And the final jump scare, that nearly gave my dad a heart attack in the theaters.
Hello?
You know what made the Texas Chainsaw Massacre so effective? It was the raw, documentary-style filming. There's no fancy effects. It was just pure, unfiltered terror. Leatherface bursting through that metal door for the first time. The sound alone made everyone in the drive-in jump. The dinner scene still ranks as one of the most uncomfortable things I have ever watched my whole life. Halloween worked because Michael Myers wasn't supernatural. At first, he was just there, watching, waiting. The blank white mask and the head tilt, and the way he'd disappear when you looked again. Jamie Lee Curtis wasn't some action hero. She was the babysitter, like people we knew in real life. And every rustle of leaves on Halloween night after that totally became suspect. Space was supposed to be about exploration and discovery, right? But then Alien comes along and it reminded us that in space, no one can hear you scream. The chest bursting scene. I wasn't ready for that. Nobody was ready for that. The way the creature moved through the corridors. I couldn't look at air vents the same way for years. Ripley's fear felt real because it was real. Most of the cast didn't even know what was coming in the key scenes.
Keep away!
The Exorcist wasn't just scary. It was challenging. It made you question your faith and reality. Everything, really. The head spin and the pea soup. I mean, it gets all the attention, right? But it was Reagan's transformation that really got me. I mean, the sweet kid who turned into that. The medical procedures were, I mean, they're almost as horrifying as the exorcism itself. I remember our priest telling us not to go see it, which, of course meant we had to go see it. So here's the thing about Jaws. It ruined something we just all loved. Swimming. I mean, the opening scene with poor Chrissy being dragged under. I mean, that wasn't just movie magic. That was primal fear. John Williams' theme became like a universal signal for danger. Even swimming pools felt suspicious for a while. The less you saw of the shark, the more terrifying it became.
Throw away your cross, face the master, your face against his face. Could you do that? Is your face enough?
Nothing, and I mean nothing, scared me like Salem's Lot when I was young. That scene with Danny Glick floating outside his friend's window, scratching at the glass, asking to be let in. I mean, listen, I'm a grown man now, but I still get chills thinking about it. Maybe it was because I was about the same age as those kids, and maybe it was the way it mixed vampire lore with, small town America. But this one stuck with me. The glowing eyes in the darkness, the Marston house looming over the town. It just tapped into something primitive or primal. Stephen King knew exactly what he was doing, and I thank him every day for it. Looking back, these movies might have cost me some sleep, but they also gave me an appreciation for what true and real horror was. The kind that gets under your skin and stays there. Sure, we like to act tough about it now, but you're going to have to admit at some time that these films changed us just a little bit. I hope you share some memories in the comments below. I really hope that you subscribe to 70s Vault for more throwbacks to the decade that changed everything. And this is Jeff signing off, and I'm keeping my windows locked tonight just in case someone comes a scratching.